back with our big board. Shark Tank's Barbara Corcoran here with us to talk about a new lawsuit. Thank you for coming in, Barbara. That could affect millions of homeowners. It's been filed by a homeowner in Illinois, a woman it's against the online real estate giant Zillow. And Barbara, you know this. Zillow has this thing called a Zestimate, which estimates the cost of homes. And she's saying this hurt her ability to sell her home. What's that about?
It makes good sense, because what has happened with this particular woman in Illinois is she felt her home was worth $626,000, and the Zestimate came in at $562,000, so that's a $64,000 difference. Her feeling is that a typical buyer checks his estimate and thinks her home is worth less. She's claiming that her home was put in with a basket of other homes that have no bearing on the value of her home.
And Zillow responded to this. They said Zestimate is a starting point to determine a home's value. It isn't an official appraisal. The plaintiff can update her own Zestimate by adding the square footage of her home. So are these online tools, are they accurate? And exactly how do they work?
Well, the Zestimate, you have to realize, is just an estimate. That's why they named it that way. It's not intended to be an appraisal, and the company has been very forthcoming in saying that all along. But here's what goes awry. A typical buyer goes in and doesn't realize that the fault factor in it is roughly 5%. It doesn't sound like a lot of inaccuracy, but 1 in 10 homes are estimated at more than 20% less than they're actually worth. So if you're that 1 in 20 homeowner, that's a sizable difference, and it could be very injurious to you.
Is it a reliable starting point?
They say it's a starting point, and it is a starting point. Reliable, no, and it's only a starting point. But here's the rub. Every consumer out there knows about his estimate. They always check it, and so the consumer is using it as though it's an appraisal, and that's the basis of the lawsuit. She's claiming they should be licensed as an appraisal firm.
So what do you recommend to homeowners who want to get the best price?
Well, if you want to get the best price, what you must know is the real value of the home. And so you have to be extremely accurate about what other homes are compared to your particular home and not use just an algorithm to arrive at that. So you should really be relying on a real estate agent who really knows what they're doing, or pay for a real appraisal.
Yeah. Okay. I've looked at those estimates myself.
I love the names.
Yeah, I use them.
Best marketing tool they've ever thought of. It makes them a fortune.
Absolutely.
A lot at stake here.
Barbara, thank you. A whole lot at stake, and thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. And now to that backlash over the BBC's new royal drama, King Charles III. The show, which aired last night in the UK, imagines the royal family after the Queen has died and Charles has taken the throne. ABC's Lama Hassan joins us from Buckingham Palace with more on that. Good morning, Lama.
Yeah, good morning to you, Michael. So the BBC film is based on the award-winning play by the same name. So picture this. The Queen is dead, the country's in transition with a feuding, dysfunctional royal family. And oh yeah, Princess Diana's ghost appears in a couple of eerie scenes. It is ruffling quite a few feathers. Take a look.
The Queen is dead. Long live the King. That's me.
It is the brand new royal drama igniting a firestorm.
Your father rules today.
King Charles III, a shocking 90-minute fictional film imagining what life would be like for the House of Windsor after the Queen dies.
This is perhaps the most unstable moment the royal family will face.
Showing Charles becoming king.
My life has been a lingering for the throne.
Embarking on a constitutional crisis so extreme, Kate Middleton is portrayed as a manipulative Lady Macbeth figure, threatening to depose him.
Perhaps I might relieve the harshness of this mystery soul.
Princess Diana's ghost appears telling Charles he would make a good monarch.
This whole life, I want more.
Harry wants to lead a low-key life.
It's not what I was born into.
Woo's an anti-monarchy commoner living in the projects, and Kate pushes William to take on his father.
Become the man I know you are and act.
I am not king.
And if that wasn't controversial enough, with tensions running high and the future of the royal family reaching boiling point, Camilla slaps William.
Well, some of the most heated criticism focuses on the question the show brings up about Prince Harry's father, suggesting it was Princess Diana's former lover, James Hewitt, because of what some say is their apparent likeness. It is important to say that in a recent interview, James Hewitt categorically denied those claims. Now, Rosa Monckton, who was one of Princess Diana's closest friends, called the film salacious, saying that it was deliberately causing Prince Harry pain.
And Lama, we know there are a lot of people in an uproar over this, and we've heard, like you said, friends of the family, but has the royal family commented on the show at all?
Yeah, Michael, no comment from the family living in the palace behind me yet, but that's hardly surprising, given that they don't normally comment on things like this. But but it does have one member of Parliament up in arms who called this just a wrong perception of the royal family. He had some pretty harsh words to say about this film, Michael.
Now, let's be honest. All of us, including Barbara, were hanging on that clip. Are we going to get to see it here in the States?
Oh, absolutely, George. Yes, U.S. viewers will get to see what the fuss is all about when it airs this Sunday on PBS.
All right. Good news, right?
Good news. Finally, I want to sleep with Charles.
Oh, my goodness.